Whenever we talk about any blockchain, it's so easy to get lost in the market charts and all the price predictions. But today, we're going to push all of that aside to look at something way more fundamental. What is actually being built on Cardano? We're going to explore the code, the infrastructure, and the applications that are taking shape as we speak.
And that right there is the real story. See, underneath all the market noise, developers are busy laying the groundwork for a new digital world, one piece at a time. From finance to gaming to global connectivity, the ecosystem is expanding in some seriously cool ways.
All right, so here's the game plan. We'll kick things off with the new frontier of finance. Then, we'll dig into the core building blocks that are making it all possible. From there, we'll see how you, the user, are being empowered and rewarded, and finally, we'll take a peek at what's just over the horizon. Okay, let's dive right into our first big topic, decentralized finance. And we're not just talking about simple token swaps anymore. Oh no, we're moving into a much more sophisticated era of peer-to-peer lending, where the real goal is to create powerful, accessible financial tools for everyone.
A perfect example of this. Just look at the philosophy behind Angel Finance and their upcoming Levvy V3. These guys aren't just trying to rush something out the door. Their whole approach is built on this idea of technical excellence. Their goal is to build one of the most complex and feature-rich DeFi apps Cardano has ever seen.
And they've got a super clear roadmap to get there. It's all laid out in phases, starting with the foundational launch in late June 2025. Then, they'll roll out more advanced features in October, and from 2026 on, they're looking at a multi-chain future. So this isn't some pie-in-the-sky wish list, It's a real, structured plan. Okay, so this first release is absolutely packed, but beyond the slick new interface and flexible borrowing options, the real game changer, the thing you gotta pay attention to, is the ability to use your NFTs as collateral. I mean, this is huge. It unlocks a massive amount of value that's just sitting dormant in the ecosystem and turns those digital collectibles into actual working financial assets. All right, now let's jump over to part 2, because this is where things get really interesting. We're talking perpetual lending, so loans with no fixed terms. We're talking real-time Oracle pricing to make sure everything's accurate. And get this, the ability to bundle a bunch of different tokens together as collateral for just one loan. Plus, of course, they're teasing some secret features, which is always fun.
So when you put it all together, what does it mean? It's a massive leap forward. Right now, a lot of the lending on Cardano is kind of basic peer-to-peer stuff. But the vision with Levvy V3, it's a whole different ballgame. A dynamic system that uses NFTs, multiple assets, and real-time data to create a much more powerful financial tool.
But listen, it's not just about building cool new features. It's also about getting access to the market. Take Strike Finance, for example. They're proposing to use $50,000 of their own protocol revenue to get listed on MEXC, which is a top 10 global exchange. This is a serious strategic play to get way more eyeballs on the token and bring a flood of new users into their ecosystem. Okay, so for any of this cool DeFi stuff to actually work, right, it needs a solid foundation to stand on. This next part is all about those crucial building blocks, the core infrastructure that makes everything else possible. We're talking speed, tools for developers, and connections to the real world.
The best way to think about it is like this. First, you need raw network speed. That's what projects like Leios are all about. Then, on top of that speed, you need powerful tools so developers can actually build things. That's where the Flux Point SDK comes in. And finally, you got to connect all that tech to the real world, which is exactly what World Mobile is doing. Each layer builds on the last.
So let's talk speed. Leios, which is a huge part of Cardano's scaling plan, is designed to mint 5 blocks every single second. But what does that actually mean for you, the user? It means things are going to feel almost instant. You click send, and bam, you get a confirmation that your transaction is on its way. That's a massive upgrade for user experience. Okay, next up, the tools for the builders. Flux Point Studios just dropped a software development kit and SDK for Unreal Engine. And guys, this is massive. Unreal Engine is like the gold standard for creating beautiful high-end video games. This new toolkit basically throws the doors wide open for top-tier game developers to start building incredible immersive experiences right on Cardano.
And that brings us to the final piece of the puzzle, the real-world connection. World Mobile is building a decentralized telecom network, and it's powered by its users. They're about to do another AirNode drop, which is basically a chance for anyone to operate one of these nodes, earn rewards, and help expand internet access around the world. It's a direct link between the digital and the physical.
So, we've seen the slick new financial tools, and we've seen the rock-solid infrastructure being built. But the big question is, what's in it for you? Well, this is where it all comes together. A core belief in this whole ecosystem is that the network is powered by its users, and in turn, it rewards those users.
And this is really the key takeaway. Your participation has direct, tangible benefits. Whether it's getting profit distributions from Angel Finance, earning a share of the revenue from the Flux Point SDK, making money by running a world mobile AirNode, or getting to vote on how things are run with Strike Finance. Every one of these projects creates this powerful loop where being involved as a community member is directly rewarded.
All right, let's wrap things up by looking to the future. All of these individual projects aren't just building for today. They're all pieces of a much, much bigger puzzle. It's a vision that's open, collaborative, and goes way beyond just the single blockchain.
Just take a look at the long-term plan for Levvy V3, for instance. First off, they're making their code open source, which is great for the community. But then they take it a step further. They're planning direct Bitcoin integration, letting you borrow against your BTC or even use ordinals as collateral. They're also getting ready for Cardano's Layer 2 solutions and planning to connect to other blockchains, creating one giant unified pool of liquidity.
Now that is what building something to be future-proof really looks like. It's not just about being secure and efficient today. It's about designing systems from the very beginning that can adapt, evolve, and work together with the entire digital economy as it continues to grow.
And all of this really leaves us with the most exciting question, doesn't it? We've seen the new financial tools. We've seen the foundational infrastructure being laid, and we've seen the toolkits being handed to developers. So with all these powerful new building blocks falling into place, what's the next wave of builders going to create? The foundation is set, and honestly, the possibilities are wide open.